Good afternoon, everyone. Scott here from Pillow Partners with this week's live Q&A. We are going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So this is a Monday morning after our Christmas party and awards ceremony. So definitely, first thing I want to say is thank you to everyone who came along to that, who was involved, and a big congratulations to all of our award winners. Now, we had 20 awards up for grabs for the team, and we ended up giving a little bit more than that because some were by public vote and some were by the team, and we had a few draws. So I think we had 4 draws when it came to the public vote, and that's the team behind Pillow and everyone else involved voting to see who would win these awards. So we haven't had time to do any of the marketing, the social media, process the videos, get the images from the official photographer, but massively looking forward to sharing all this and getting to see some of the carnage behind the scenes that I didn't see when I left the team to party on. So it was an amazing evening with awards. We had bingo, we had fun, we had games, we had raffles, we had special prizes, we had special guests. We had some cool fun things like winner on the evening of best dressed, male and female. We had some food. We had our own private underground nightclub after it as well, which I am told many of the team visited, and a DJ up to 1 in the morning. So first things first, I wanted to get that out of the way to everyone who helped make that possible. Okay, well, that's us. Today's topic is all about franchising. I want to cover some of the frequently asked questions we get, not just about the Pillow franchise, but a little bit of education for everyone around what a franchise is, because it's a very kind of technical term. And unless you've been involved in it, and you'll hear franchises like McDonald's and wonder, how does that actually work? What is a franchise? Is it suitable for me? What's the difference between being a franchisee, a business owner, being self-employed? So we're going to dive into this. As always, we have Grace behind the scenes, working hard to bring me your questions. If you're watching this live on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, please put any comments and the team can pull them in and put them on the screen. And Grace will be behind the scenes doing that. Obviously, if you're watching it on a video, you can't comment live. But if you do want your questions answered and they're not answered here, please follow up with myself and the team and we will do it. Without further ado, I'm going to jump on and do the very, very first question. So a nice basic one here is, what is a franchise? Well, a franchise is nice and simple. It's where the business owner licenses. It gives a license of its operations with the product, branding, knowledge, everything. A business in a box. They give their whole systems and operations for a fee. And nice and simple, think McDonald's. McDonald's are franchisees and they get their operations. Or let's think of KFC, because they had the secret 15 herbs and spices. Rather than opening your own little KFC in your own little shop, you're getting all the systems, operations, absolutely everything to just get a venue and start your own business. So a franchise is basically a license of someone else's business, someone successful, someone with a proven track record and a tried and tested business model, with the purpose, very, very simply, that if you buy into a franchise, ultimately you will have a much more successful business. You will make more money. You'll have slicker operations. You'll be able to deliver a better service to the end customer. Why? Because it's not someone jumping into entrepreneurship, to self-employment and trial and error, the learning curve, all these things. You're pretty much knowing exactly what to do from day one. So for our franchise, it's nice and simple. Rather than starting an SA management company, service accommodation, then you partner with us and we help you set up a business and be more successful. So not going to cover what ours is. I'm sure that gets asked later on, but certainly a franchise is a nice, quick way. And I think I remember the statistics correctly. I think 80% of businesses fail within the first few years, but 80% of franchises succeed. So if you're thinking of setting up a business, probably in any industry, if we believe the statistics, then you've a 20% chance of success doing it yourself, but an 80% chance of success with a franchise. So that's the definition of a franchise, nice and simple. I'll move on to the next question. What exactly is a Pillow Partners franchise? Well done, Grace, for lining up these questions in a nice methodical way. Well, nice and simple with a Pillow Partners franchise, you could have two options. You could set up your own service accommodation, holiday let, short-term rental management business in your area. You can go alone and compete with everyone else. You can start your own systems, have your own brand, the trial and error, the startup fees, try and get your own customers, or you could partner with Pillow. Now, franchise is a legal term, guys. We defined it in the last one, but for me, it's a partnership. When we were franchising the business, essentially all this is we are looking for partners. I want to have the best property managers, the best entrepreneurs in the UK for serviced accommodation in our family. And to do that, we will give them the opportunity to set up their own business. We want people local, we want people passionate, and we want them to be part of the business. And I know that partnering with us rather than setting up your own little serviced accommodation management business will give you a lot more profit. There's going to be less stress, there's going to be less work involved because you can leverage all of our team. You'll have a quicker route to success. Also, with us, the investment for a franchise is probably less than what you would pay to set up your own business. So when you're thinking there's initial franchise fees and then profit splits, the initial franchise fee less than what it would cost you to do it yourself. Why? Because we've already built everything like direct booking sites. We already have partners with the world's best PMS systems and channel managers and all the pricing software, so you don't need to pay onboarding fees. Everything is pretty much done for you. I think you've got much more chance of success. You're a UK brand, got lots of awards, lots of recognition in the industry, already have a large portfolio, a large team of people across the UK. So again, with more traction, more leverage, and it's going to be much easier to get new clients with Pillow than it is going yourself. And I often think if someone set up a small business and doesn't have any units yet and they're out pitching against a new franchisee in the area, then it's going to be a lot harder for that other person to pitch against a big established company that can hopefully offer much better services to guests and to hosts. So with Pillow, my thinking is rather than having, if I can bring 50 people that wanted to set a business up together under the Pillow brand, then our thing is stronger together. We know that 50 people coming together will have much more success, more profit, more free time, be able to offer a much better service than 50 people all competing. Imagine going against, like, if you think of set up your own burger chain or your own coffee shop. The marketing budget that Starbucks has is going to be millions and millions of times more than that small independent operator. You probably won't be able to get newspaper advertising. You probably can't afford the best SEO specialist, the best marketing team. So that's the way I look at it. If we can bring 50 people together, help them all build a business and build a perfect work-life balance, we've got 50 times the resources. Now, guys, it's a lot more than 50 because of the economies of scale and the network effect. But if we are bringing everybody together, we've got 50 times the resources to beat other local companies. So if there's two companies, one is just a small, little, really good at what they do, small management company, and then someone else starts, you're already competing against them and everyone else in the industry. But if you join with Pillow, then you're already going to be at least 50 times the size of those, with the marketing budget, with the team, all the other franchisees pushing you leads every single day. So again, much more chance of success. And again, leverage everything we have, like the brand, the marketing team, the accounts team. So you'll do less work, you'll have a lot less stress, and you will make a lot more money. Next question. Will I be an employee of Pillow Partners as a franchisee? No, this is the beauty of it. You'll be a business owner, you'll have your own limited company or LLP, however you set it up. If you're exiting your business and want to merge with Pillow, you may not want to be a business owner. So there are certain circumstances where you can be an employee with Pillow. But again, we always want to create entrepreneurs. I'll give an example. We have lots of franchisees and some employed property managers. And my employed property managers, I would say, go and stop being an employee, because you need to get your time authorised by me. You need to get your holidays authorised by me. Your wages are set by the team and controlled by somebody else. So if you're an employee, then you're pretty much controlled. And when I was in the Royal Navy, every single minute of every single day was dictated to me by the Royal Navy. My leave, I'd get leave cancelled. I couldn't go on holiday because I had to jump back to a warship. Every minute of every day was controlled. I had to ask to go and take a piss. To go, can I please go and go to the toilet? Now, as a self-employed person, as someone with your own business, you control your own life. So I would rather create entrepreneurs that are building an amazing business and income and can work around their family and friends. And as long as you have the right attitude, we're much, much better. So you won't be an employee. We do have lots of employee jobs coming up, so not the purpose of this webinar. But guys, if you would like a job with Pillow, please get in touch. But this is all about franchisees. The next question: what are the tax differences between being a franchisee and being an employee? Nice and simple. If you're an employee and a franchisee, let's say you earn the same amount of money, you will get to keep a lot more money being an employee. You will make more money being a business owner, being a franchisee, than you would an employee. Now, I'm not here to give tax advice. Can't give tax advice. I'm not a tax accountant. There is the old saying, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. And there will be people, once you get to stay, pay 40% tax plus national insurance. As an employee, you get your money taken off at source. You're paying PAYE national insurance. Pillow would take an employee's money and give it to the government. It's a legal requirement. You don't get an option. You pay your tax on the set rate that the government announces. With a business owner, you get taxed on taxable profit. So as an employee, for example, you would get your money, your tax would get taken off, then you go and buy things like your car, your phone, everything. So you're getting double tax because you're spending that money off your pre-taxed earnings. As a business owner, you may need a business phone, so you can take that or a certain amount of that. If you've got an LLP, you can take your car off it. So you think as an employee, you are paying your PAYE and then you buy all your stuff off that money. But as a franchisee, your money is there, you buy all your stuff and then you get taxed in that smaller amount. So not going to go into tax in too much detail here, but it's definitely taxed on your profit and not on your income. So as the saying goes, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. You can see these people, massive salaries, and at least 50% of it goes, and it straight away out before they even see it goes to the government. Employers are legally obliged to take that off at source and pass it on. So much, much more tax efficient to be a business owner than it is an employee. And even if you earn the same, you get to keep a lot more of it. What is the initial investment required for a Pillow franchise? At the moment, £15,000 plus VAT. That makes it £18,000. And the good news about that, we've never offered finance on that before, but we can give you a link to a company where it's all set up, and assuming you pass credit, etc., you can split that payment over 12 months. So nice and simple there. I think I said in the last comment, in the last question, excuse me, just had my lunch, it would cost you more than £15,000 plus VAT to set up in business. You're going to have direct booking websites, you're going to need to get branding, business, all these different things. You pretty much get all that with your franchise fee. I don't know if there's any questions about what's involved and what you get for that. I'll cover them later. But what I would say is, be super careful when it comes to franchise fees. Our franchise fee is £15,000 plus VAT, and that is it. We do a profit share, so there's no commitment, meaning that if you don't put any time and effort into your franchise, that's it. You've paid the money, you're going to get the training, you're going to get that back easily, but there's no ongoing license fee. few people have been caught out that have come to us for a franchise. They can't get out their existing commitments because they were a little bit bamboozled, and there was the initial franchise fee, but then they had to pay a license fee every single month. And I think the license fee was £1,200 a month for 5 years. And that franchise company said, if you don't pay that and you miss a payment, we will take you to court. Well, if you add up the franchise fee and you add up the license fee every single month, £1,200 before you even get out of bed, that's over 100 grand. So be very careful when picking franchises. See if there is a monthly fixed fee, meaning that if you chose another similar thing to Pillow, you would need to pay them £100,000. That's your break. You need to pay them over £100,000 legally. And if you didn't do anything with your franchise, you still need to pay that before you make any money. So be very, very careful. We don't want any break-even points, super high license fees. So there's no license fees with Pillow. And if you do the training for 6 months and don't do anything with your franchise, there won't be any more money payable. We've kept it nice and simple. We're not here to extort £100,000 out people. We're not here to take a £1,200 or whatever license fee every single month, because we want you to grow. We want you to be successful. So be super careful, do your due diligence, and pick the right company that suits you best. What are the long-term growth opportunities in a serviced accommodation franchise? So, if I'm reading this question correctly, is the service accommodation industry going to go up or down in the future? Well, for me, the first way I say that, whether people think of this industry as Airbnb. Airbnb as a platform. The holiday home industry has been here for hundreds of years before Airbnb, and it's going to be here for hundreds of years after Airbnb goes bankrupt, rebrands, disappears, whatever. Airbnb is not going to be here forever. Companies don't last forever, but the holiday home industry will. And for me, not just the Airbnb industry, which is kind of tourism and leisure for us, and definitely at Pillow, we do very, very well for other markets within that. Contractors, corporates, executive lets, lots of other things like workcations as well, and whatever new trends come. Nobody'd heard of workcations and people disappearing for a month to work somewhere, but now after lockdowns and people been stuck in cities, they're renting places for a month, 3 months, 6 months to go and work. So lots of industries. People think of this industry as Airbnb, including the government when they're doing licensing and things. I think it's a solid industry. So much so, I'm pretty much betting my whole life on it. I've said before, we don't do mentoring of other people. We don't sell rent-to-rent deals. We don't have cleaning companies. We don't do all these other things. 100% of my focus is within short-term rental management. I'm banking my whole life and everything we've built to keep building Pillow. No interest in doing anything else, so we're not going to jump in and do consulting or anything like that. Nice and simple. I am betting my whole life on this, and if I'm betting this Pillow empire and trying to make this big business, you can take that as my guarantee that I believe in this market. Next, well, the last thing on that, there are markets that go up and down with economic trends. One thing is for certain, rich people will always have money. In fact, there's certain industries that do even better in economic downturns, and that's because rich people get richer. And don't believe the media when they say, "Oh, people have got no money." People have got no money. The rich, affluent people always have money, and they will always do things. Even if there's another lockdown, you'll still be able to travel in the UK, and if they ban worldwide travel, you're always going to do staycation. So all the worst things that could possibly happen in life may slightly affect the bottom and the mid end of the market, but if you've got good quality units, I think it's a win for life. And here is my thinking, and that's why I'm betting my whole life on the service accommodation industry. And we're going to say holiday home industry because service accommodation is also a trend and a fad. People are selling courses. That's the only reason that name has come about. But the holiday home short-term rental industry, if this market goes down, the world will be burning. The things will go badly wrong for the rest of the world, and a service accommodation business will be the least of everybody's worries. So I think this is one of the most solid industries. And if it goes wrong, there's something catastrophic happened in life, and this will be inconsequential. How does a franchise with Pillow Partners compare with multi-level marketing opportunities? So firstly, to define that term, MLM, multi-level marketing. It's these people telling you, here's a business opportunity if you watch my webinar, or if you sell my milkshakes, you'll become a millionaire. And whether it's supplements, whether it's utilities, whether it's fitness stuff, whether it's skincare products that's going to make you age backwards. Multi-level marketing is, I'm not going to name names here. How does it compare with multi-level marketing opportunities? Totally different. Probably doesn't compare, but if we had to make a comparison between the two, I'm going to be honest here. And if there's any multi-level marketers watching, you're probably going to be pissed off with this, but let me just be 100% fucking real here, because you may never have been told this. Multi-level marketers are not taken seriously by business people. If they're going into a room and they're selling milkshakes and supplements and utilities, they're at a different level from other people with businesses, with entrepreneurial mindsets and things with assets. So they mix with business people, they mix with entrepreneurs, they market the same as them, but it is an absolute different level. And that's going to piss a lot of people off. And I know a lot of amazing people that are multi-level marketing. But when you go to networking, you go to events, you go into a room, other business people don't see you seriously or take you as serious as other people. That's just the way of it, because it's a different business model. And I'm not saying it's not a good business model, but it's going to piss people off to know that they're not really business people or entrepreneurs. So how does it compare? If these companies go bust, and I think of energy companies going bust all the time, you're left with nothing. You've built up this residual income. It's there. If that company ceases to trade, then you're pretty much going to lose all of your life's work. You're left with zero income, and that is a massive possibility of happening. Multi-level marketers will tell you that's impossible, but they're just as energy companies and supplement companies are just as vulnerable as any other market. But if you lose a pillow, if pillow goes bust, you get to keep your franchise, you get to keep all your income, all your clients will be faithful to you. If pillow disappears, you'll be doing them a favor by continuing that. So what you build with pillow will always be there. It's got a value at the end of it. It is a proper business. You'll be able to borrow money on it. You'll be able to sell it. You'll be able to get assets against it. Lots of other opportunities. For multi-level marketers, not to go into that too much, but people say, well, it's a nice, easy, it's like 150 quid. Great, you can start straight away. I talk about downstream and recruiting other people. There's probably 1,000 people in your area doing multi-level marketing. There's probably 1,000 people before you doing that. So what's your edge? Again, it's not a criticism against multi-level marketing, but how are you going to do it better than the 1,000 people that are already tried it in your area? They've phoned the people, they've phoned their friends and family, they've done all the things that they're teaching you. What's your edge? What are you going to do different to everybody else that's there? The 1,000 people in your area and the hundreds of thousands across the UK. So if people have been doing this for 10 years, how are you going to beat somebody in your first month, your first year of somebody, because they trot out these successful cases? Great, there are. And many years ago, many people making a lot of money. But how are you going to do that? How are you going to catch up with those people? And again, just to finish this, they're not looked upon the same as business people by other people. And that's just the way it is. So I don't see it as a comparison. It's two different markets. And if you want to be an entrepreneur with a business that you can leave to your kids, you can do other things, you can raise money on, you can build, you can use the assets for that to leverage and do other things. A clear one for a Pillow Partners franchise. What if I already have a service accommodation management business? Up until like the end of this year, you would be a competitor. We would launch a franchisee in your area and hope that we can start taking some of your business, steal your market share, or take your market share, should I say, and have our franchisee build a successful business than anyone else in the regions that we operate. Next year, we're opening up 25 of these places, just 25 for existing management companies to join forces with Pillow. We'll block out that area. So rather than us setting up a franchisee in your area, we'd love to join forces with existing operators. Why? Because I genuinely next year have the vision of getting the top 50 service accommodation management people, the best service accommodation managers in the whole of the UK within Pillow. And we will get half of those by finding these people, getting them into making them a franchisee, training them up, making them the best based on our systems. But I do realise there's some other amazing people out there. And if I genuinely want the top 50, I want some of those to join us from existing management companies. So if you're an existing management company, would love to join us, get in touch. Slightly different, you won't be joining us as like a brand new franchisee, but we do have some great opportunities. I just think if you're in your area, you want to make more money because you'll get rid of all your fixed costs. We take all your fixed costs on. So your break-even point of what you're paying, software, phones, everything. If you join us, you don't even need to pay for a phone call. You get everything included, all your emails, all your phone calls, websites, absolutely everything. You will do a lot less work. You will make a lot more profit and you'll have a lot less stress and you'll be part of the Pillow family and have 60, 70 plus people there to support you. Access to mastermind groups, constant support 24/7. Your calls will get answered. You get 2 weeks holiday a year covered by us. So many different things. Watch the webinars if you want to know what that is. But yes, we can join forces with a select few. Can I choose my location or does Pillow Partners assign the territories? Essentially, we want you to work where you live. We don't want you traveling for 4 hours to get to a place. We want you to be in the area that you live in. Why? Well, we want you to know the area. We expect our franchisees to become local experts, know when to put prices up, to lower prices when events are coming on. We want to give a great customer service to everybody that comes to the area. Want to support local businesses, you need to know when the events are on, what road closures, transport links, give people directions. To compete in the service accommodation market, it's not all about the hosts and looking after the property owners. We really need to deliver that customer experience, that guest journey we've mapped out. We want people to be local to do that. We want you to support local businesses. Somebody phones, says, oh, any restaurant recommendations? Yes. The Italians up the road, family restaurant, they do this. And if you mention the name Pillow Partners, you'll get a free starter. All these things we do on the training. But guys, you need to know your area inside out. And if you're thinking, I want to go to the Lake District because I hear that makes money and you're in London, that's not going to be a work-life balance business. It's going to be too stressful and you're not going to be able to outperform the people that are actually in that area because you're going to be too far away. You're not going to be able to respond quickly, even if you go and see a new property. Hi, Pillow Partners franchisee. I'd love for you to come and manage my property. Can you come and see me? If you're local, you can probably do it within a few days. If you're traveling to the other side of the country, could be weeks before you do that, and hosts will just simply pick another managing agent. How does a Pillow Partners franchise handle, meant to be franchisee, handle competition and market saturation? Market saturation will take care of itself in 2024. Nice, simple one, 75% of current managing agents will not survive. They'll disappear. Many reasons. I have covered this in previous videos. They will go bust. The margin won't be enough. They won't make enough money. It's very tough. They are going to be losing properties because they'll be exiting the market. They'll be losing properties to competitors. The whole bullshit around this, there's people claiming to have UK-wide companies that have 4 units and live at home. There's a big thing of people teaching people to be marketeers. But when it comes to the property management, I think all the shit will get exposed in 2024 and the strongest companies will survive. About competition, well, I don't necessarily worry about competition. I think 1% of all agents out there will be larger and better equipped than Pillow. So they're the only ones I would look at. And there's a handful of those I would keep an eye on. There's 500 other ones plus I don't bother with. Like I say, most of those will disappear in 2024. The market is saturated for management companies. I think there's more management companies than there are units. So there must be management companies there with 2 properties. That's just not worth them being in business. So when I say companies will disappear 75%, that is not So that's not a criticism to those companies at all, because they're just moving on. It's not a bad thing. They're just saying, "No, there's not enough money in this," or "We made money post-lockdown and the staycation boom." Actually, there's easier ways. There is easier ways for a lot of companies to make money online. And there's a lot of work and hassle involved in this. And the whole get rich quick, get rich overnight, and service accommodation seen as an easy way to make money. And there are people selling courses in this. And when people buy the courses and jump into service accommodation management as the next step, they soon realise you need a lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of expertise. And it's a lot tougher than what most people would ever imagine. Easy to set up and get a handful of clients, guys, because you're friends and family and people that know you, but to compete adequately, especially in 2024, is going to be super, super hard for people. So imagine you've got a local coffee shop, or you've got a Starbucks, a burger joint, or a McDonald's. They're much more likely to succeed and beat competition because they've got massive marketing budgets. And if you think of Pillow, and 50 different franchisees or partners, it's 50 times the budget, 50 times the tech, the support, the resources, 50 times the team, 50 times everything. And it's more than that, as we said, because of the network effect, because of economies of scale. So if you have all these little local businesses all across the UK, Pillow will be 100 times more equipped to handle competition and market saturation and be more successful. So hopefully that makes sense. What support and training does Pillow Partners provide to franchisees? Far too much to list here. If you want to get a little insight into this, sign up for the webinars, get the brochures, because it would take 40 minutes just to go through everything. I think one of the last videos we sent out was a 25-day masterclasses. We got 25 of those a year. Excuse me. Is my lunch coming back on me? 25 full-day masterclasses, mastermind programs. You're getting industry, literally the best training in the industry for initial training, onboarding. You can pay people all these money, but I guarantee the training you get to just learn the trade initially is better with Pillow than anything else out there. You're going to get weekly coaching calls, one-on-one mentoring, 24/7 support. As a franchisee, as a property manager, as part of the team, you've got dedicated coaches. We've got a 15-step program over 2 years to get you to £100,000 income. And I did a little exercise adding up what you get as a Pillow Partners franchisee. And if you pay for this, these individual parts with training companies, you're in for 200 grand a year just to get the same as what you get as a Pillow franchisee. And I always say, the training and support you get will be too much than you could ever take advantage of, because it pisses me off when we do all the training and people don't attend. And I was like, why did you not attend the training? We put all this on for you guys. And the franchisee always say, after a certain level, well, Scott, there's no time to do the training because I'm out getting new clients, I'm building the business, and I'm implementing what you told me on the last training. So guys, one guarantee I can make, there'll be more training than you'll ever be able to attend after your first 6 months. There's a training academy, you can go back and watch it all. And I think to catch up in the training academy and watch it would take a long time because you're outbuilding your business. So more training than you could ever take advantage of. How much can I earn as a franchisee in the serviced accommodation industry with Pillow Partners? I will give the business plan here. Our business model, our training, our roadmap to success, a franchisee blueprint. We want franchisees to be making £100,000, a six-figure business within 2 years. That is the roadmap. That is what we train everyone to do. We spoke about training in the last question. The coaching, the training, there's 5 different levels here of franchisee. Our job is to take you through them. You do your level 1 training, you get to level 2 when you hit certain income levels. Our job is to push you through that and build your business as much as possible and as fast as possible. Now, we say six-figure business and £100,000. Will every franchisee be able to do this? And I'm going to say no. If you're average or above average, yes, you'll do this very, very easily. Will every person in the UK be able to make that? No, you're not going to. People can't commit full time to it. Some people are just much better at others, at sales, at hospitality, at property management, at customer service. Is it achievable? Yes. So will everybody be able to do that joins us? If we took 50 people, would 50 do it? I'd say 40 would. There will be people that have life circumstances, have babies, have things happen with their family and marital troubles, and it's just not for them. So not everybody one will be able to do that, but the roadmap is there, and that is our job, is to take you through that 15-step process and make sure that you get there. And some people join us and don't want to do that because there's a certain level of properties and a certain work involved to get those properties. So some people want to stop at that. And I think a couple of conversations we've had, is it okay if we build it to £60,000 a year and then stop? They just want £5,000 a month. And guys, this has a 95% profit margin. We said at the start, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. So you can pretty much get rid of all your costs. You don't need to be paying £5,000 a month for costs, a couple of £100, and you can earn £100,000. So you get to keep 95% of that. Now, you will put expenses through your business to minimise your tax liability. That, I'm not telling you how to do your tax, but you will have things you put through the business to minimise your profit. So you can earn six figures, and we're hoping most people will do that, but not everybody that commits to it will be able to see that through. As a franchise with Pillow Partners, a hands-off business opportunities? No, definitely not. Definitely not in the first 2 years. Guys, if you want to go and pay somebody to teach you how to do crypto coin or one of these bullshit get rich quick things, or these sources to create your hands-off business and pay them £5,000, you'll earn £1 million, billion pounds, go and fall for all that bullshit. That's not really the way the world works. Loads of SA mentors, if you take their mentorship, you'll be a billionaire in 2 minutes. And yeah, these people are preying on people's hopes and dreams and insecurities, people that are scared to do things themselves, their fears. They target the same type of person. So we don't want to be associated with that at all. So I will tell you, it's going to be work. It's going to be fucking hard work for the first year or two. That said, we spoke about the 15-step process over 24 months. Once you get to step 14 and 15 of that, our job here, you're going to work personally with me as your mentor on the business systems, and it is all about you stepping back from the day-to-day on your business, building a team. And then step 15 is all about getting your business to work and exit should you want to exit. You can sell the business should you want to sell it, but step 1 to 13 is all about hard graft, mastering your trade, being the best in your industry, building your portfolio. But step 14 and 15, and it may take you more than 2 years to get to that, depending on your efforts, your ability, and your region. But step 14 and 15 is then, once you've done the hard work, once you've been in the dirt, done it, learnt it, been a master of it, every single thing in your business. Step 13, 14 and 15 is all about taking a step back from the business, getting team in to manage the day-to-day. You can then be in it at a super high level, dealing with hosts, building the business, but taking a step back from the day-to-day grind. So we do build that into the franchise model for those of you, but you're going to need some hard work there to start off with. Nice thing about this for hands-off, guys, we're seeing this works very, very well for families. So we've got some families that would jump on and say, well, that person will do all the admin or the property management. One person will do the sales and grow the business. So once you've grown the business to the level that you want it to be at, then that person in that partnership may have a hands-off business because the other person is doing the work. So partnerships work really, really well. Husband and wife, we've got wife and wife, we've got mother and daughter, we've got full families. Loads of different ways you can structure 2 people or more doing this, and one person can do some things, and when they want time off, they can. So that's the exception to that. What's your selection process to pick franchisees? So think of how to. So I'll start from the very, very beginning. First, is your region available? So I was going to go at the other end. I'll start here. Is your region available, guys? So there's no point going through all the process, and we already have a franchise area covered. We only have one franchisee per area. You get exclusivity. So sometimes, unfortunately, your area won't be available. We said in a previous question, the area you get should be the one that you work in and live. So we don't want you traveling too far. Some people straddle borders, so you might be able to take the neighbouring region. So one is their availability there. The next, we'll send you a suitability questionnaire. It's got 16 questions, and this is nice and simple, guys. 2 minutes. If you haven't filled this out already, email us over at franchise at Pillow Partners. We will send you, I've just changed the banner at the bottom. Email us over, we'll send you the suitability questionnaire. It covers mindset, commitment, experience, and money. We don't want people coming into the franchise if they are going to be struggling financially. We don't want people quitting jobs to start this and not be able to feed their family if they're not going to be good at it. So I really, from a due diligence, from a conscience point of view, it's not about getting the franchise fee, guys, because we now know we can pay that up over 12 months. So that problem has been taken away. I just don't want people jumping into this because they love Pillow and want to be in service accommodation if I think not going to be able to pay the bills out of it. So the suitability questionnaire lets me know that. The next thing, just because you want to be part of it, are you able to commit to this? There's loads of people want to be part of the team, but they've got full-time jobs. And how can you be the best in your area? How can you be one of the top 50 property managers if you're jumping into this and you can't commit an hour a day to it? So you are going to need to commit some time to this, guys, whether it's a Pillow Partners franchise, whether it's a service accommodation management company on your own, whether it's any other venture, you are going to need to put time into this. That is nice and simple, but people want to do it. And yes, you can do it part-time. You can start in 10 hours a week, but you're going to have 4 times the success if you do 40 hours a week. So can you commit to this? Then you'll do a discovery call, 45 minutes with myself or the team, find out whether it is a good match, get to know you. We want to take people where this is a good fit. And I stumbled at the start because I was going to start with this, but I wanted to finish. All of the things aside, doesn't matter to me if you've got experience. You don't need experience to do this, because sometimes I quite like people coming in new. They've maybe got sales or property management for residential or estate agents or tourism or hospitality. But following our training module and our training plan, you'll get everything you need. And sometimes it's nice to get that person that doesn't know anything about service accommodation and build it up the way we want to do it, the Pillow way, rather than somebody coming in that's done courses, that's managed a few units himself and has their way of doing things that would be different to us. So you don't need experience, but what you do need is the right attitude. I'm very careful about who we bring into the network. I don't care if you're a superstar that would make £300,000 a month, a year. If you're going to be a dick, you don't get into the network. If you're going to be a negative influence on everyone else, we need people. Like attracts like. Get in where you fit in is a nice saying of mine. If you're going to fit in with the team, you'll find that out soon enough. Are you a good culture fit for Pillow? Will you be a positive influence in the team? And that, to me, is more important when selecting franchisees over, hey, I'm a superstar, I've got lots of experience, I'm a sharp salesperson. We don't really care about that if you're going to disrupt a team and not be a good team player, be part of it, be negative, and bring everyone down. So for me, it comes to attitude. And I was going to start that first, because it is one of the first things we would look at. If you're just going to be, I don't know, argumentative and arsey in the first few emails or the first phone call, you won't ever get to discovery call with me, because the team know Scott's not going to like that person. They're not a good fit for the team, and Scott will never ever let anybody like that. And even if you paid 3 times the start, if you offer to pay 3 times the franchise fee to get in when we said no, that's not worth it to me. One bad person coming into the franchise is not worth any money in the world. So it's all about attitude, but we are just looking for great people. When I say great people, I want to be clear, and that's why I finished on the attitude thing and saying it's about who you are as a person rather than your skills. You don't need to be amazing and try to articulate that. We don't care about, you don't need to have experience in the industry. You don't need to be a superstar, but do you want to be a superstar? Will you fit into Pillow if you've just got a great attitude and no experience? Yes. Will you fit into Pillow if you think you're fucking amazing, have a bad attitude? No. So we won't say that if you've got no skills and no business acumen at all that you would make it. I would say you won't make it. You're a great person, but I don't think this would be right for you. But do not be put off if you see myself and the other property managers and say, well, I don't know as much as them. Our job is to take you on that 2-year, 15-step process and get amazing people who would feel proud to represent me across the UK. So whether that's attitude, whether that's personality, whether that's just who you are as a person, what I would say is go and do loads of due diligence, find out who we are, research Pillow, look at the social media, get a feel for who we are as a company, and the old saying goes, get in where you fit in. If other opportunities you feel you'll be more at home and more welcome, then go for them. If you get a strong bit of excitement that Pillow Partners and the team that you've met is a place where you would call home, then I think that's one of the most important things. This is, let's see. What happens if I decide to exit the franchise? This is nice and simple. There's, I suppose, 2 options for this. If you've joined us, you've paid the franchise fee, you've had loads of training, you've done nothing with it, and you've pissed everybody about, and you've wasted your opportunity, then you would just exit, and they're not going to give you your money back because you've cost us money. You've had all the training, you've got more than £15,000 out of it, you've had £200,000 worth of training. If you haven't done anything, then you would just exit. The other side to that is we do have the exit plan. If you have built a really, really good business, then there's 2 exit opportunities we have for our franchisees to leave the business. We would buy it back off them, and there is some guaranteed buyback options with Pillow. So essentially, if you build a nice business and leave, you're always going to get your franchise fee back. You've always got opportunities to earn residual income moving forward. We will look after you for that. However, we'll chat more about that when that time comes. But again, just trust me, you'll always be looked after if you've built the business. I'm interested. How do I move forward? Fantastic. Nice and simple. I put a thing at the bottom, franchise@pillowpartners.co.uk. We'll send you all the messages. If you go to our website, franchise.pillowpartners.co.com, sorry. So the emails.co.uk, the website is .com. So franchise.pillowpartners.com. You can sign, you'll get all the information, click the button, send you the emails, the brochures, the videos. Pretty much get bombarded with everything you need, and that'll answer 95% of your questions. If you have already done that, and that's why you're on this webinar, please give us a message, give us an email, and we will book in that discovery call. I would always say, if you are interested, find out loads about us. We have nothing to hide. I share all my contact details. You can follow me on Facebook, you can friend me, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can watch the YouTube channels. You can find everything out about Pillow. But again, Pillow, it's marketing, it's a business. I want you to follow me personally, see what we get up to behind the scenes. Come and visit us at the office. Lots of UK-wide property management companies, you can't find their office. There's no social media. There's no pictures of their team. Why is that? That's very weird. They're a big, successful business, but you can't ever visit their office. You can't ever see any of the team. You can only get send some emails and some phone calls with one person. So I want you guys to come here, see us at the office. We travel about the UK doing a show every single month. We're everywhere. Just come and see us, and again, just come speak to the team. Lots of opportunities for you guys to do your due diligence, and never fall for marketing. Not my business or any business. Look behind the scenes. But I'd love to meet you and book in a discovery call. Is that the end question, Grace? So that's us for today, slightly over the 45 minutes. And guys, moving into 2024, I think one of the questions asked, how does the market look? I am massively excited about 2024. 2023 was our best year ever at Pillow, and we're only going to touch the surface. We've got lots of cool things and announcements happening towards the end of 2023, and when you see them, it's just going to be super, super amazing. So 2024, definitely going to be our best year ever, and we can make that better by partnering with amazing people. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.